Welcome to Superstitions, Traditions, and Definitions. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Carol.
And we're doing Am I the Asshole Historical Edition.
We are. Let's see.
Location.
Woo! Out here in the woods.
Out here in the wilderness.
With a lawnmower. It's not that wilderness, I guess, if there's a lawnmower going over there.
It's Mayberry.
We're not roughing it that hard.
It's Mayberry.
It is. Right on. Ooh, I just kicked the bottom of your table there. Anyway, all right, let's hear it.
Okay, you ready?
I'm excited to hear. Yes, let's go.
All right. Am I the asshole for making living people travel in coffins?
Sort of.
You think so?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Gross. Come on.
I mean,
you picked it because it's gross. Don't act like you didn't.
Maybe.
Okay, let's hear it. Okay. Let's hear.
I was fortunate to have been born in 1817 to an affluent, free Black family.
Ooh.
In Philadelphia's Society Hill. I was known for my impeccable sense of fashion and started my career as a tailor.
Oh.
In 1852, I married the love of my life, an undertaker, and began working with him at the funeral parlor. None of my children survived infancy, and my beloved husband died only 6 years after we married.
Oh.
I took over the funeral home and ran it myself. We were quite successful, known for our quick care of the deceased and quick burial services, which at this time, without embalming, big deal, man.
Yeah.
They got stinky.
Well, certainly.
Yeah.
Not their fault.
Right.
Death is a hard ass.
It is.
Okay.
I was the first American woman to own such a business, and my success was well known. When a member of the Underground Railroad approached me about using my funeral parlor as a stop...
Okay, you're an asshole. You're the asshole. I get you now.
I immediately agreed. I had the perfect way to conceal those seeking freedom, my coffins.
Fuck you.
I assisted many to freedom in coffins through mock services and was also able to financially help the Freedmen's Aid Society. No person should be forced into slavery, bought and sold, separated from their families, raped and beaten, and it was my greatest honor to work with the Underground Railroad and the Freedmen's Aid Society to spare some from that life.
Okay, so they're hiding.
They're
not just traveling. It's not like a weekend trip to Cincinnati.
No, she was in Philadelphia.
Okay,
she was a stop.
That was a little misleading on your part.
It was a bit misleading on my part, but
Dick.
Essentially, that's what she did. She forced living people to travel.
Didn't force anybody. Didn't tie them up and throw them in there and say, "That's what you get, sucker." Stupid.
That's true. No,
yeah. There's scary movies made on stuff like that. That's not what this is.
No. It was a
you in this game of seeing how upset you can make me is just,
the Underground Railroad.
You're the asshole.
It was a well-oiled machine.
Yes, it was. It had to be.
Yeah.
Because, if it wasn't,
sure,
going to kill you and everybody you're hiding. Well, no, they would return them, wouldn't they? Because they were considered property. But they would kill you for hiding someone.
Or force them into slavery.
So
it was and
so the fact that she allowed people to hide at her funeral parlor and hide in the caskets to be transported to freedom, she's not the asshole.
She is not.
You are.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it with that presentation.
My grandma lived not too far from a stop on the Underground Railroad.
Oh, really?
Salem, Iowa. I mean, of all the places that it's not really well known, it was just a...
Yeah, she was in Philadelphia, so...
All over?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They would go north, or sometimes they would go into Mexico. Because not
the U.S.
No, the U.S. tried to work something out with Mexico, and the president at that time said, no, if they can cross over here, they will live as freedmen.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
But yeah, she was a stop. She helped many people.
Wonder if they have anything like that now with all the slavery going on the other side of the world. They have anybody helping people to escape? I certainly hope so.
Yeah,
certainly hope so.
I do too. Yes. But she was born in 1817. It seemed weird. It was 1952 when she got married, so she was like 35.
Sounds about right. That was an old way back in the day.
Yeah. They had Sam. It's not Stella, it's Sam.
Hi there, Sam.
They had a couple of children, but they died as babies. And then she lost her husband.
Poor
6
girl.
years later.
She found some purpose, though, didn't she?
She did. Despite that, found purpose and made a difference.
Good for her. Good for her.
She was one of 13 children.
Wow.
Some of her siblings had success as well.
Mm-hmm.
One was an opera singer, a brother. She had a brother that was an opera singer.
Wow.
And she lived to be 86 years old. Helping. So got to live to.
She's definitely not the asshole. I mean, if you were a Southerner and she was hiding your property, then you probably thought she was the asshole. But
I think they're the asshole.
You had to catch her, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. Obviously, as she lived to a ripe old age.
Right.
Yeah, they're definitely the assholes. But
yes,
if you look at it from their side of it, I paid for this person, and this is my person, and now I'm not getting my usage of go fuck yourself. But
right.
Yeah. But yeah, right. she would be the one. They'd probably consider her a thief.
They probably would.
Yep. But they can suck it.
They can.
Mm-hmm.
They can.
Amazing. Good for her. Good for her. Those folks were brave.
They were. And
yeah, there's a lot of bad things that happened to people who got caught, lynched them. I mean, it's just,
or forced them. They would take them to the South and force them into slavery, or in the North. But
yeah,
there was. So they ran a huge risk. They knew the risks and still chose to help anyway. And we hear a lot about the key players in it, Harriet Tubman, and but there were so many. There had to have been
thousands of people who
kept were quiet. Stops along the way and helped people and hid folks and
in coffins. Didn't force them into coffins as you tried to portray this. Put you in a coffin, and that's not what happened. They willfully got in there so they could run away.
They did. If it was a family that was fortunate enough to run away together, she would disguise them as part of the funeral procession. So
cool.
It was. I don't know.
Lots of cleverness. Excellent.
Can you imagine what it would feel like to be an African American woman living in freedom, knowing if you were 100 miles south, what your life would be like, to have success and
right, exactly, and that should have been available to all. I mean, there's so much now that people and everybody's constantly evolving to what you could be, what you can be,
right.
And a lot of folks have opportunity that they just it's not that they just don't care about it that much. I mean, you could do A, B, and C, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. She was born into an affluent family, which is great, and she used that to help, to help others out with her business after she lost her family, which is terribly sad. But all the families that she put together and all the people that she helped.
Right. I believe her husband was Haitian American.
Okay.
So
interesting. Yep. Disguised in the funeral procession.
I know.
How interesting.
I know.
Slick.
It was.
Very slick. It had to be.
It was.
But I think that's great that, she decided to get involved. And, if someone was afraid to get involved, you can hardly fault them. You can wish that they would be stronger. This
Yeah.
kind of thing. There are probably a lot of people who turn their backs on people that even they knew they could help, just for fear of what would happen to them.
Right.
And while that's not ideal, I can say it would be a hard choice to make.
Especially knowing the consequences. Yeah, if they were caught.
Yeah.
I don't know. Scary.
Yep. But they did the right thing.
She did.
Yes.
She was amazing. I would love to know more stories of,
Underground Railroad.
the
or who she helped specifically.
Who she helped specifically, other folks that were involved in the Underground Railroad and their stories.
They could hardly keep a record of it, though.
I know.
You get busted, and that's the end.
Yeah.
Here's all of the proof against you, and you wrote it down yourself. Bad deal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they communicated with railroad. What am I vernacular? What am I?
Personnel.
No. Lingo.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Their own language.
Yeah.
They came up with the what this means and what that means.
And it all meant different things on the stop. Would communicate with animal noises, owl hooting, and
if there really was an owl hooting, it would be very confusing.
It probably would.
Yep. Then you just have to figure out, that's not what we discussed. That must be an owl. An owl will not speak in our language.
Maybe.
No way, Mr. Owl.
I don't know. I just think the whole thing to make that work across
the country. Yeah. And up to Canada and across everywhere. And think about it now. I mean, we have all the technology that, ever was at this point today.
And to have no technology.
Yep.
I mean, what they had at that time, letters.
Yeah, which you can't write.
You could write a letter.
You could, but
possibly
somebody finds that.
A telegram, but I'm not entirely sure.
Probably so.
When that started, but it was all word of mouth, just traveling.
Yep. You had to know where to go and where to meet and who to.
Thousands of miles.
And is this person you're talking to somebody trustworthy or somebody who's, because there's always opposition. That's like with the during the revolution with the spies, women that were spies,
right?
Housekeepers that were spies, slaves that were spies. How do you know that you're really a housekeeper?
Yeah.
Maybe you're here trying to catch me.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
lots of brave folks. Definitely.
Fascinating.
Definitely.
It is
Underground
fascinating.
Railroad. Top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5.
I read as much as I can about it because it just how they could make that happen across thousands of miles with just
go here and
words.
look for and I got lost coming here today.
Yeah.
And I had GPS, which took me completely the wrong way. So yeah, it did. It's not my fault. I'm not stupid. I turned where I was supposed to turn, but
according to GPS, but it was
the GPS. But imagine you just said, travel on this road until you find 3 trees. Okay, and you found them, and directions were good. My directions today with all the tech, not good.
Right.
Not good at all. I'm glad you came and found me, got me and brought me back this way, which was hell and gone from where I was. But who was it that it took your cousin, your niece?
Took her down the same road it took you down.
Which
we just thought, she wasn't paying attention because she's a 17-year-old kid, but turns out GPS really does
GPS host it.
What it's doing. But if you'd have had these folks telling you how to get here,
I'd
you'd have made it.
I'd have been here in plenty of time. Probably would have,
I mean, and it was brilliant too, putting people in, especially at this time when there's minimal embalming. Ain't nobody going to open that coffin because
don't open it.
You don't want to smell that.
No. Open it if you want to, but I'd be prepared.
You're like, listen, this corpse is 6 years old or 6 days old.
6 years old.
6 years old.
Probably wouldn't smell anymore by then. You think it's all kind of rotted
probably
out.
all rotted out then, but
gross.
Open at your own risk.
Yep. Well, you think there's somebody, though there's a dead guy in there, but okay.
Who's going to question that? Who's going to come up and be like, we want to see in there?
Do you? Do you?
Do you?
What's it worth to you? Are you really want to go that way? Because, you take one big deep breath and you're dead. There can be all kinds of things. They die to the plague. There, all kinds of things. We've got them sealed in there. We're trying to save lives here.
That's right.
All kinds of stuff you could say, and
Can
probably
you imagine though being that person that's
in there?
You want me to, and then thinking this is my only. I'm either going to die in there, or I'm going to get
and just be quiet. Just be quiet. Difficult and scary and.
Yeah, this is my only. Okay,
my only option.
I'm gonna be in a coffin for a day. This is my only.
At least a day. On the train, going north.
No. All right.
Exciting.
Well, let us know your thoughts. We all know she's not the asshole.
She's not the asshole. We know Kristen is for her bullshit today.
It's a good story. Everybody needed to hear her story. I didn't tell you her name.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I don't know. It was Henrietta Bowers
Come on.
Duterte. Deterte. It is a Haitian last name. That is her husband's last name.
It was Henrietta.
Henrietta Bowers was her name.
Hen, as she was known to her friends.
You think so?
We'll just, we're going to go with that because that's easier to say than any of that other crap that you wrote out there.
Her name, Henrietta Bowers Duterte. Duterte?
No, I don't think that's right.
It's probably not.
I think it's wrong. But you're just going to keep saying it.
I am. And I'm going to type it for you.
We're going to call her Hen.
So you guys can correct my pronunciation.
Our hero.
She is a hero.
She is a hero. Definitely not an asshole.
No.
Look at you.
I know. It's a good story.
Her
story needed to be told.
It does.
It needs to be remembered.
Yes. More? Is that all we have?
That is all we have.
That's all we have for today.
It is.
Fabulous.
So be sure to like and subscribe.
Do it.
Please. If you know of any other heroes on the Underground Railroad, type it down in the comments because I would love to research them. Hear more about them.
Right on.
Yeah.
History lesson.
History
in progress.
And maybe turn that into another episode. All right. Join us on Saturdays for Am I the Asshole? And Tuesdays for Superstitions.
Traditions and definitions.
All of that.
You just throw the first name out there.
I do.
You need to put the in trouble name out there. Just say it all.
It's a long name.
Yeah, it is. It's okay. Hey, you liked it.
I did. I did. All right.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Love you.
She does.
I
And
do.
I have a fondness.
She does.
She decided that was so cute to say, and then she quit saying it.
Well, I like it better when you say that, that I love you. Or she loves you.
She does.
And then I say, yeah. And, yeah, I do. And then you say the fondness thing.
I have a fondness.
And then I say you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that better.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.